Hi, everybody. My name is Gabrielle Grant, and I would like to go over what I learned this week about informed consent forms. So let's get started. This week, I decided to read over the ACA's requirements for informed consent forms and compared it to the state of Georgia's requirements. And what I learned is that the state of Georgia aligned their requirements with the ACA requirements. So I decided to make a list of what is required in an informed consent form. So, what is required is counselors must protect clients by informing them of their rights in counseling sessions, help clients understand the counselor's goals, techniques, procedures, limitations, and risks of counseling. Counselors provide the clients with the nature of all services provided at the facility, in addition to communicating the nature of services. Counselors must share their credentials and experience in the mental health field with clients. Confidentiality, autonomy, and consent for minors must be addressed in the consent form as well. In addition to that, technology must be discussed as well. What I mean by technology is in today's time, we use technology to communicate back and forth, and clients must know the advantage, disadvantage, and limitation of communicating with their counselor through via email, text message, and calls. Also, in informed consent forms, clients must be informed about the fees that they will receive from entering into a therapeutic relationship with this counselor. And also, they must know about what will happen if non-payment occurs. So that is what I learned by reading the ACA requirements and the state of Georgia requirements. So after reading this, I decided to examine the Creative Family Counseling Informed Consent form. Okay, and when I first looked at this form, I said, "Wow, it's so lengthy. It was a lot to read. However, it was easy to read and it was very informative. And they made sure that they hit every topic that needed to be discussed, or every topic that the ACA and the state of Georgia required them to discuss. So, what I learned from their informed consent is that they provide play therapy to families to combat with the feeling of guilt, sadness, and anger for children and adults. Also, I learned that their head information about the person that is the head of their facility, how long that person was in the mental health field, and how he trains the counselors under him. Also, I learned what their requirements were regarding non-payment, fees, technology, autonomy, and confidentiality for minors as well. So they did a very good job with explaining what they offered, what their expectations are, and how they operate. So when I was reading this informed consent form, I said, hey, I should model my informed consent form after them, because they definitely did a great job. And I feel like by modeling my informed consent form after them, I will be able to provide my clients with something easy to read, with provide them with all the information they need to make a decision if they want to come to me or not. And I feel like they just made sure they met the requirements. And as a future counselor, I definitely want to make sure I meet the requirements for the ACA. So I am so glad that we did this assignment, because it's preparing us to be great counselors and competent counselors in the future. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to email me. See you later, guys.